Greetings, world leaders. We are here today in front of everyone to give and share a speech about poverty. An urgent solution must be found for the worldwide problem of poverty. Billions of people around the whole world are experiencing in the extreme level of poverty. Poverty is one of the main reasons why millions of people were dead due to starvation, inequality, and poor education. Poverty is a serious matter to deal with. Many believe that if you are poor, your future is not secure. We cannot allow poverty to continue to be an issue in the world. To lessen the misery that comes with poverty, we must act. Each and every one of us, especially you, the world leaders of tomorrow, should guarantee that everyone has access to the necessities of life. We must cooperate in order for those who are negatively impacted by poverty to escape it and live a better lives. We also need to work to create possibilities for them. We should help each other, not the other way around.
Hello, world leaders. This speech serves as a message about poverty. Poverty has been a problem that has been around for a long time. Till now, poverty is an issue that restrains people from basic rights. Poverty is a worldwide problem, and millions of people suffer due to the effects of poverty. Others can go to sleep with a full stomach, while others have to go to sleep with an aching stomach due to eating nothing, wondering where their next meal will be. Would there still be a roof above their heads? How would I be able to get a decent job with the lack of education I had? Can I go to school like other kids does? According to a political spiritual leader, Mahatma Gandhi says poverty is the worst form of violence. People who has no access to basic needs, such as education, shelter, nutrition, they experience low health conditions. Poverty forces people in living a lifestyle to live in a dump, in the streets, and in squatters. We all should have access to these basic needs. Let's start growing our economy, strengthening our agricultural sectors, and mostly equality.
Poverty is a manifestation include hunger and malnutrition, limited access to education and other basic services. Poverty is a manifestation include hunger and malnutrition, limited access to education and other basic services, social discrimination and exclusion, as well as the lack of participant in decision making. Ultimately, poverty is a major cause of social tensions and threatens to divide a nation because of income inequality. This occurs when the wealth of a country poorly distributed among its citizens, when tiny monetary has a majority of the money. And it refers to a lack of wealth or income such that individuals and households do not have the means to subsist or acquire the basic necessities of flourishing life. This means being so poor as to struggle to obtain food, clothing, shelter, and medicine.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Leaders, poverty is a huge problem in our country. We define it as the condition of the basic need lead us to the big problem. For example, food, clothes, and many more. The family couldn't fulfill those needs. Malnutrition, unemployment, being poor, and etc. These are also the example of poverty. Some of these family or people couldn't afford the education they want for their kids, children, due to the lack of financials. Some people couldn't buy healthy food and good foods, which lead to having a bad health. A person with lack of energy but wanted to have a job couldn't find a job. Therefore, poverty is the root of our problem. It is the main problem of everyone. Even though poor people work so hard to earn money, but it's still not enough due to the unfair wealth of, let's say, the salary isn't enough. By trying to eradicate it, by giving program, example, poor peace, and other financial help for poor people. Leaders, you need to lift up the economy so there's jobs available, so that they don't depend on the government support, especially when they are in working age. So there's job for people who have skills. People have talent that couldn't be able to show because of the poverty.
We can define poverty as the condition where the basic needs of a family like food, shelter, clothing, and education are not fulfilled. It may result in further issues like how literacy, unemployment, hunger, and etc. Due to a lack of resources, a poor individual is unable to pursue education, which keeps them out of work. Inequality is one of the key causes of poverty, and it may be eliminated through equity. Our advocacy that all group organizations, government leaders, and identities must be included in developing solutions in a community and even our country. And it aims to reduce poverty, to have a better future of our family and to our next generation.
Poverty refers to a lack of wealth or income such that individuals and households do not have the means to subsist or acquire the basic necessities. This means being so poor as to struggle to obtain food, clothing, shelter. There is no single source of poverty. Poverty is often determined by socioeconomic status. If people are born into poverty and have little hope of overcoming it, while others may fall into the situation due to negative economic conditions, natural disasters, or surging living costs, as well as drug addiction, depression, and other mental health issues. Conflict and geopolitical unrest can also lead to poverty as families are displaced.
Government is trying to solve the circumstance stated. In my opinion, one of the ways to reduce poverty is using social media as a platform to voice out the situation regarding poverty. And another way is to donate. Donating isn't always limited to money, but to clothes, food, and supplies. Lastly, the government and private sectors should open up job applications even without the qualifications they needed from education so that they would receive the income they've worked on. Not all these solutions can fix the issue, but can at least alleviate poverty in our country.
Sufficient to acquire something that we need or want. It's either a thing or a food that we can't buy because we don't have enough money to purchase that thing. However, poverty is much more than not just having enough money. It also describes true lack of power and choice. It also affects the nation as well as the groups and individuals. That it can lead to other problems like poor literacy, unemployed, and malnutrition. Those people is not able to get education due to lack of money, and therefore it remains unemployed.
When you walk around the cities, a lot of beggars, homeless, and starving people you all witness. It's an increasingly sick feeling witnessing vulnerable children asking penny to survive for the day. Children need food not only to survive but also to grow mentally and physically. They are the hope of our future, yet they can even go to school. Why we can't fight poverty? Do we take the right strategies to fight this problem? Most of the poor around the world are farmers. They are the ones who produce food, yet they can even have foods on their own table. It's estimated that around 570 million farmers around the world. If all these farmers are more productive, then more than half of the world's poor earn more money and climb up to poverty. If we support farmers, they don't only feed themselves, but they will help feed healthy communities, and thriving economies.